Good morning. Well, bright and sunny this morning up here on the north side on my way to a construction job. So I stopped off here at a Starbucks. Shh, they're liberal, but I enjoy their coffee, and they have Wi-Fi. So I wanted to stop off here and jump in with you guys. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to give you a quick update what's going on. Had a great interview with Pastor Dustin Young yesterday with Out of the Box Church, and was able to jump on his podcast, the Out of the Box podcast, which you got to check out. He does some great teaching there, and he invited me to come on to talk about the campaign and all of the issues that deal with morality, law, our culture, all of these things. I'm very excited when I meet a pastor who's actually concerned about these things and interested in getting involved and finding out where the church needs to be in relationship with the government and all of these different narratives. So had a really good conversation. I think the podcast went about an hour and a half. So we did it kind of Joe Rogan style. And you have to check it out. Here's a little glimpse of the
Welcome to
podcast
those who are
yesterday.
joining
This is
live.
getting started.
Howdy. Welcome to Out of the Box Church Studio.
Had a good time. So thank you, Pastor Dustin, for that opportunity. And I'm very interested in connecting with more pastors. So if you are a pastor or know a pastor, hopefully you do. If you don't, you need to get to know one. Love to come to your church. Love to jump on your podcast with you, speak to your people. Anywhere from a Sunday morning to a Wednesday night to sometime during the week. Any of those, love it. This is in our heart, is to call the church to action, and that's what we're doing with these Oklahoma Rising events. We were able to go out yesterday and we installed our sign, the banners, on location, so everybody knows where it's going to be. But of course, this is coming up September 6th, 5 p.m. There's the address right there. So be sure to lock that in your calendar because it's coming soon. You don't want to miss this one. So pulling up this picture of this sign so you can see it. Me and my wonderful wife. My wife is amazing. And tell you what, she is the ultimate servant. And went with me yesterday to put this sign up in the heat, and we're both just sweating it out. We got it halfway set up and realized it was not the best location, so we moved it. Had to pull up the T-post, reset the T-post. You're like, Jake, don't you have volunteers for this? We have amazing volunteers, but we're not afraid to go out and get our hands dirty ourselves. So sometimes you got to just go do what needs to be done. So we went out and set up this sign, and all of everything's running slow this morning. My phones, my computer. I think I'm like overloading it. But me and my wife went and got that installed yesterday, and we're just real excited about the upcoming Oklahoma Rising event for so many reasons. Everything that it means or that it represents, and we want you to be there. So we're gonna have some car shows, food trucks, live music, giveaways. I'm gonna do a fitness contest. So I think I've mentioned this before, but if I haven't, I am all on board with making Oklahoma healthy again. Of course, with my background in personal training and just an emphasis on health and wholeness. I don't know why I won't pull up this picture. Anyway, I won't bother you with that this morning. I was going to show you the banner we hung up, but I'm going to do a little fitness challenge there, and we're going to talk about the root of American history and the freedom of religion, the freedom to worship, and the amazing things that God has done in America and through America, impacting the whole world because of the greatness of America. And the greatness of America is rooted in our faith. It really is. It's freedom, but where does freedom come from? Freedom comes from a God who desires his people, his creation, to be free. You could really say freedom is the ultimate theme of the Bible. Jesus is the primary focus. Old and New Testament, everything points to Jesus, the Savior of the world. But Jesus came to set people free. It was foreshadowed with the story of Moses and how he led Israel out of bondage, out of slavery, into what? Into freedom. And so this is the journey of God's people. This is the purpose of God, is freedom. And so you can't get away from it. It's the reason why we are the greatest country, the freest country, why freedom and liberty is so important, because it's connected to and rooted in the God of freedom. And it's more than just a society that is free, where you can go get a cup of coffee if you want and go pick your job, pick your school. That's beautiful. But also that internal freedom. You're set free from the vices and the pulls and restraints of this world. So it goes much deeper. Set free from the sins and the shame and the guilt. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to see people set free at these Oklahoma Rising events. That is the whole purpose of it. We're pumped about it. Next one's coming up, or the first one really is coming up September 6th. So don't miss that. Be sure to share this broadcast, by the way, because I want people to know about it. And I want people to know about the campaign and what we're doing, what we're bringing across the state. I want people to know that this is different from all the other campaigns, because we're not taking big lobbyist PAC money. We're setting ourselves apart, saying that we are only going to be accountable to the people of Oklahoma, not the big money. So if there's one thing that will set us apart and define us as a campaign, is that we are a campaign of, by, and for the people, truly. And I think that's pretty obvious once you get to know me and the team and hear the message. That's what we're bringing. We're going to do that tonight at Weatherford. Looking forward to Custer County, Weatherford City Hall tonight, 6:30. If you're out in that area, please come by. So appreciate Benjamin getting that all set up, and looking forward to seeing everybody out in Western Oklahoma. It's kind of like going home for me. You know, I was born in Elk City and raised in West Texas. That kind of has the same feel as Western Oklahoma. But love to get out there. It's kind of like going back home. So looking forward to connecting with all you guys out in Weatherford. Of course, we have plans to do some Oklahoma Rising events in Elk City and in Woodward and Guymon, way out west. So we'll start it off here in Weatherford tonight, 6:30 p.m. And then for some more places where we can connect, right there. So you can grab a screenshot. You can also just go to the Facebook page. We have it posted. But here's a good one. On Monday evening, there's a neat men's Bible study that I believe it's every Monday. The owner of Bedlam's Barbecue, he hosts this, and it's I love his heart, man of faith, opens up his restaurant, serves men to bring them in and just talk about the Lord. So I'm going to share my testimony at Bedlam's Barbecue at this men's meeting Monday night. So if you can make it out, that's going to be a neat time. I've been to the men's meeting one other time, and it's just a special time. It's always great when men get together and they talk about the Lord. They're not afraid to get vulnerable, not afraid to talk about their weakness, because they know that in their weakness, God's strength is highlighted. And it's a neat time. So if you can, make it out to Bedlam Barbecue. They're north of the Capitol, the Oklahoma Capitol, on Lincoln Boulevard. And let's see, then Fairview. Really looking forward to getting out to Fairview. Great friends, great connections in that community. Then we're going to make it over to LaFleur County in Poto. We went to a lot of junior rodeos in Poto, Oklahoma. When I think of Poto, I think of a long drive from West Texas out of Poto, Oklahoma. And we pulled a big trailer full of horses so we could rodeo all day in Poto. We got some good memories out there. And of course, looking forward to Liberty Church in Yukon coming up on the 24th, and a big volunteer meeting on the 26th in Tulsa. So I've had a lot of people from Tulsa saying, when are you coming out here? Well, we've already been out there a few times, but we're coming back on the 26th. I have a pastor's meeting, a meeting with several key pastors in the Tulsa area on the 26th. And then we're going to host a volunteer meeting for everyone who's wanting to get involved in this campaign out in Tulsa. Now's your chance. It's coming up on the 26th. So be sure to join us there. We have got the location locked in yesterday. And also, before I move on from that, tomorrow in Chickasha, I have another volunteer meeting. And it's more than a meeting. We're actually going to go out and canvass Chickasha. We're going to go out and knock doors, meet people, talk to business owners, pass out flyers, letting them know about the upcoming Oklahoma Rising event on September 6th. So that's coming up tomorrow. I'm going to get started. I'm going to meet at Vital Church at 1 o'clock. For everyone who may be off work and has the afternoon available, you can join me at 1 o'clock. I'm going to get going out in the community. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm going to return back to Vital Church to meet everyone who's just getting off work. We'll regroup, and then we'll go back out and work the community for a couple more hours before the sun sets. So that is tomorrow. It's going to be a full afternoon of engaging Chickasha. And then finally on August 29th, I'm meeting with the Professional Wellness Alliance, Francis Tuttle, a group of people very interested in wholeness and wellness, health in Oklahoma. I am too, so I'm really looking forward to that meeting at the end of the month. But man, that is a big summary of what's happening, some opportunities. We're getting messages every single day saying, how can I get involved? Here's what I get a lot of. Hey, let me know if I can help. Well, just to be honest, we have so many of those messages and we're going just with our hair on fire. I'm probably not going to be able to directly message you to say, okay, this is how you can help. So this is why we host these events, for you to come and join everyone else. That is going to be the most effective way. If you are sincere and you want to be involved in this, I'm coming on here live every single day to let you know the opportunities. So you're going to have to take initiative and show up. Okay. I love you. I want to connect with you, but just limited bandwidth, limited time. I'm doing my best to keep up with all of the messages. I just replied to a guy who sent me a message back in May that got buried in my inbox. And I just reached back out and said, hey, so sorry, but just saw your message. And then we started this conversation on, I forget, Messenger, I think is where it was at. But, you know, with all the different platforms, social media and email and text, there's a lot of messages coming in. So I'm doing my best. If I haven't gotten back to you yet, maybe you need to just refresh that message and send it to me again. It always helps when it brings that message back to the top of the inbox. And, don't worry about harassing me. Just keep on sending me a message. That's probably the best thing to do, and I'll get to you. But when it comes to volunteering, the best way to do is just to show up at these events. We're trying to be available all across the state with opportunities. But here's the next level of that. You don't even have to wait for that. You can actually get going in your own community right now. You can point people to my website, jakemerrickforgovernor.com, and feel free to print signs, distribute signs. We have signs available if you need any. We can get them in your hands. You can hand them out to people in your community. And so there's all kinds of ways. You don't have to wait. If it's not a convenient time, if it doesn't work with your schedule to show up at these volunteer meetings, it's okay. You can get started on your own. Form your own group. And, I'd be happy to come and visit with your group as well. Lots of ways to get involved. This thing is just snowballing. It's just growing, building momentum, and we're pumped about it. Meeting a lot of great people around the state. Learning a lot about needs. Just learned something yesterday. Spoke with a guy at my church. Went to church last night. Spoke with a gentleman who works in emergency management and gave me some interesting insight into how the emergency management is set up here in Oklahoma. I've got to verify what he told me to make sure it's true. I'm not going to talk about it until I verify it. But if it's true, it's kind of disturbing. It's disturbing. So I learned something new. And, I told a group in Mustang earlier this week, I'm like, I'm not coming here with some illusion that I have all of the answers. I have a framework. I have principles. And, I'm learning every single day. And it's really about who you surround yourself with, the advisors and the counsel around you. So, and it's about the community. It's about you, the people, and my connection with you to learn more. But that is how we can all take our state back. It's going to take us all. But I appreciate you guys jumping in. I'm going to go check on one of my construction jobs I have going this morning. And then I have to print off a whole bunch of flyers for Chickasha tomorrow. So I've got to get on that and get those flyers printed off because those have to be handed out tomorrow. And let's see. Yeah, I got a list of things I got to do today. I'm going to be, hey, good morning, Mark. Good to see you, man. I'm going to be going, meeting with Pike Off, talking about the turnpike today. And, this is an area that is concerning for a lot of people, including myself. What do we do about the turnpikes? Is it time for them to go away? I believe they most definitely need to be restructured. I think that there most definitely needs to be more legislative oversight. I don't like that the turnpike can just decide to raise the toll, which is a tax, that the turnpike authority can tax you, the people, without your consent, not about taxation without representation. And that's what we're seeing right now with the turnpike. I don't even like the name, the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. I don't like a government agency that likes to have that kind of authority. Okay, the authority resides in the people, resides in you. We must remember that, and we must remind the government of that. But going to have a good meeting this afternoon or this morning with talking about the turnpike and what we need to do about it. Eminent domain, how that's being exercised. Our landowners who are being forced out of their homes and farms and ranches, are they being justly compensated? It doesn't look like it. Is all this worth the smooth roads? Can we have smooth roads without the tolls? All these are the questions we need to get to the bottom of. I'm not going to just assume that these turnpikes need to be around forever. They were never intended to be around forever. They were expected to be paid off and then terminated. Yet it was realized it could be a money-making machine. And I don't believe that's the best reason to keep them around. So I'm digging into the turnpike situation. If you have any insight on that, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. But I'm going to hop off this morning because I've got to go check on some construction projects. They're going to be waiting on me at the job site. But always good to touch base with you this morning. Please review the broadcast this morning and share it. Got all the important dates where you can connect with me and I can connect with you this month. But tonight, we got Chickasha coming up September 6th. Tonight, we're going to Weatherford, Custer County. And then we have a whole lineup of other dates where I'm going to be this month. So looking forward to all that. Appreciate you guys. Mark, looking forward to getting down there to Durant. Just spoke with Evan the other day about arranging something possibly on his farm. So I'm excited about that. Maybe we'll do a big pumpkin patch meeting out at the Freedom Acres. I think it's Freedom Acres, but great local farm down there in Durant. But Mark, looking forward to coming down and meeting you in your church and everything. And hey guys, God bless you. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.